All right, so as Morgan already said, the crisis in Vidarbha stems from three main issues: lack of education, irrigation, and capital. Our solution tackles each of these. We don't suggest beginning in all of Vidarbha because the region is so vast. Instead, we should start in one county as a test pilot. Wardha is Vidarbha's poorest region and hardest hit, with close to 200 farmer suicides per year. This is a good place to start because our successes will be easily measured. Cotton is a difficult crop to grow, and most Indian cotton farmers don't know how to maximize its yields. That's why our sales force needs to include experts who can teach these farmers when to plant, irrigate, and apply chemicals. They should be incentivized to work with the farmers, helping them succeed. We're asking that Monsanto transition itself from a company that derives value from transactions to one that derives value from relationships with its customers. In today's global marketplace, cotton farmers can't compete without irrigation. In fact, Vidarbha's own Minister of Agriculture states, we would advise farmers not to go for BT if they have no assured irrigation. And studies show that proper irrigation will give these farmers an extra $202 in profit per acre. Now, experts agree the most water-efficient form of irrigation is drip irrigation. Unfortunately, the advanced systems used here in developed countries are too costly for Indian farmers, and the infrastructure isn't in place. But we have identified a number of low-cost irrigation firms in the region. One such firm is DripTech. We contacted its founder, Dr. Peter Fredman, and learned that his team developed a system which reduces complexity and cost. The water can be stored in a bucket and filled by hand from a farmer's existing water source. It only costs $150 per acre to install, and that's an amount that can be recouped after a single harvest. To pay for these low-cost irrigation systems, these farmers need only turn to the microfinance institutes, many of which are actually ready and waiting for them. One such institute is SKS Microfinance. With a presence in 18 states, their goal is to have 15 million members by the year 2012. And with a 99% on-time repayment rate, they seem poised to succeed. Their mission is to help farmers improve their productivity through agricultural innovation. It's aligned with yours. And furthermore, microfinance is given to groups. We can take advantage of this group structure to help implement our education programs. Now, in order to roll out these low-cost irrigation systems, Monsanto needs to turn to the existing distribution networks, beginning with the NGOs. Many of these NGOs will actually help Monsanto market, distribute, install, and maintain these irrigation systems. One such NGO is International Development Enterprises. Their mission is to address the irrigation problems of marginal Indian farmers. They've actually already developed an extensive network of other grassroots NGOs and private sector companies that are working to spread technology throughout the land. And finally, to avoid these loan sharks, these farmers need access to capital. That's why we're suggesting that Monsanto offers a line of credit for the purchase of their BT cottonseed. Again, this is entirely separate from the line of credit set up for irrigation through the microfinance. This is solely for the purchase of BT cottonseed. Now, much of Monsanto's sales are actually already on credit in other parts of the world, so the policies and procedures are already in place. And going back to the incentives for the salesmen, much of their commission will be based on the collected accounts, which will further incentivize them to help these farmers succeed. All right, so to sum up what I've already said, to tackle the education needs, Monsanto should be incentivizing its sales force to train the farmers how to grow BT. To tackle the irrigation need, Monsanto really only needs to steer these farmers towards the existing low-cost irrigation systems and the microfinance institutes who finance them. And finally, Monsanto should be offering a line of credit for these farmers to purchase BT cotton. This is the total solution. Cost won't be too high because India already has the pieces. Monsanto's role is to put them together. We estimate cost in Warda alone to be $1.4 million. This includes training and bad debt expense. However, through a $1 price increase per packet and an extra 3% of the market share we are certain Monsanto will get when farmers see their neighbors succeeding, we can earn $230,000 in profit in Warda alone. Scale this up to the rest of India, that's $5.9 million per year in profit. And we think this is a conservative estimate. But going beyond the money, Monsanto will also be improving its corporate image and improving the lives of all of the farmers that it serves. Because growth in rural India means growth for Monsanto. Our success is dependent on our contribution towards its development. And by helping these farmers maximize their yields right now, we will ensure that these farmers remain our customers for years to come.
The India of today may be an amazing story of growth and opportunity, but for all the progress that is ushering this nation towards a more prosperous future, there remain swaths of India's countryside that are left behind. Places like Vidarbha, where things are so bad that over 1,000 cotton growers a year take their own lives, often because they are unable to pay off loans that amount to a few $100s. We realize that the scope of our proposal is huge, but the potential is vast, and the capacity to better our consumers' lives unmatched. We have provided Monsanto with a blueprint, a seed that will take root in Warda and flourish with the proper care, providing hope and an opportunity to those in such dire need. Ours is a proposal that will develop over time. For Monsanto, it is a unique business proposition because it allows our company to grow along with the millions of disenfranchised rural farmers whose livelihoods depend on our seeds. It attaches our success to theirs and lets us play an integral role in India's rural development. And this is Monsanto's potential Indian impact, to help transform a nation that is transforming the world. Let us close with a quote from India's most revered leader, Mahatma Gandhi. It says, "We must be the change we wish to see in the world." If this quote looks familiar, it should. It's on Monsanto's advertisements. In closing, we ask you, Monsanto senior management, to fulfill our mission, stay true to our pledge, and be that change.